Welcome to Quantum Finance. My name is Parker, and this is our day trading recap for Tuesday, January 9th. So in this video, we're going to go over our top trading opportunity from today. And today, I really liked AMD for call options. But before that, we're going to take a look here at the overall market. Looking here at the SPY, the S&P 500 Spider ETF. So if you look here over at the daily chart, we did have another green day today. We actually gapped down pretty far this morning and then got a nice push up to retest yesterday's highs before pulling back a little bit into the close. Taking a look here at the intraday charts of the SCPY, as you can see up here on the top right, we have the 15-minute chart. You can see that large gap down I was talking about. We kind of held the open. If you look down here at the 1 hour, you can see we came and tagged last Wednesday's highs as support before bouncing and getting that move up to retest yesterday's highs before, as you can see, fading a little bit into the close. I want to point out here on the 1 hour, as you can see, price pretty much held that 1 hour trade line. So the trade we liked today was AMD to the upside. As you can see here, AMD had a monster day yesterday as it came up here and filled this gap. This is kind of a sympathy play because, as most of you probably know, NVIDIA, which is pretty much the all-star of the semiconductor sector, has been just ripping to all-time highs. I didn't like NVIDIA today because the price action wasn't as nice as AMD, and also the contracts with all that premium of all-time highs was just insane. So we were looking at AMD as kind of a sympathy play. Here we are at the internal page of the AMD stock price. As you can see here on the 15-minute chart, we had pretty wild volatility wick off of yesterday's highs off the open, getting a nice push up, pulling back into yesterday's highs as support. We also had that 15-minute trade line come in, catch the bid, and as you can see, pushing us up through the high of the day. If you look down here at the 1 hour chart, you can see that is the exact gap fill level. As you can see, this gap back here from the start of the year, that is also lined up with yesterday's highs. So this was a major area of support. If you look here at the 5-minute, you can also see we had VWAP sitting right down there below that level as well. So we did like this as a nice strong area to get long in this trade. So now we're here on the trade screen, and I can show you how these trades should have been executed today. So this was our entry here as we did bounce off yesterday's highs, that gap fill level, and holding right there above VWAP, and as you can remember, that 15-minute trade line coming up here. So this was the entry right here as we got this nice push up out of this bottoming range. And our first take profit would be here as we broke and retested the high of the day. The second take profit as we extended up here with a strong push in volume. And that final take profit as we extended up here. I'm going to show you why this would be the third take profit. I want you to note down at the bottom how it says this is at 1 o'clock. This is our final take profit because this is when the overall market, the SPY, was running into yesterday's highs. So I did think this was a good reason to sell and get out because we also had high volume and we also had the overall market running into major resistance. If you look here at the SPY, this is the 3-minute chart on the SPY. This is that 1 o'clock timestamp that I was referring to on that AMD final take profit. As you can see here, the SPY running into yesterday's highs right there at that 1 o'clock market. That is what I was referring to as the overall market running into resistance. So we're back here on the AMD chart. I want to go over these contracts. We were looking at the 148 strike call options. So that entry on the retest of yesterday's high and that gap fill would have been at about this 225 mark. That first take profit up there at about a 19% gain. That second take profit at about a 30% gain. And that final take profit up here at about a 45% gain. It's a really nice day today call options on AMD, taking advantage of the strength in the overall market and the semiconductor sector. But another green day today here in the stock market back here on the SPY. As you can see, we did get a pretty decent volume day yesterday, getting right there to that volume average, but as you can see today, it was definitely lower volume. I would expect maybe the market to kind of chill out a bit before we go into Thursday with the CPI data, and then I would expect maybe into the end of the week a lot more volatility. But yeah, that should do it for the video. Appreciate y'all watching, and I will talk to y'all later.